okay, so this room is going to get transformed into your art and creative room. Let's get an easel in here. Let's get, canvases, whatever it is, that you walk into this room and it just oozes of creativity.
They break through the fear that's keeping them from expressing themselves, which is keeping you from expressing yourself in other areas of your life, right? Connect them back to that childlike innocence, that pure self-expression.
The goal of creativity is to create something. It's not that the thing that you create is good by any outside standard.
Dragons are all about love. They're all about heart. They don't engage in the head, which is also what I love so much about learning the creative aspect from them. Yeah. They don't sit with me and give me information because I come with my notepad and say, okay, tell me things. Their currency, for example, is play. I have to come ready to play and be light and be creative with them.
Because I was told not to be sensitive growing up. And so when I started making these dolls and they were mirroring back my feelings, I was going, wow, what's going on here?
And one of the things that you want, if you have a creative block, is to lay down on your carpet, quietly down, and breathe in, breathe out, and ask your spirit guide or ask your any kind of entity, outside entity, to travel through your body and find out where is this block exists. Most likely, when you have a creative block, it probably comes from a different part of your body that is afraid. There is a fear associated with that.
But I think that's the other part of it, is recognizing that sometimes it feels scary, and the only way to get the confidence is to really develop those courage muscles and do the things that you're scared to do.
There's no rules. You're actually allowed to mix the paint on the brush. And I was hooked. And that's the other thing I want people to know. You don't have to know how to draw to paint.
Look out and beyond, right? The what is in your face, and you look beyond that and you say, what else is out there? That's the imagination. That's the dreaming big. That's the that's the kind of creating where something previously didn't exist.
So we know how our physical muscle works, but not a lot of people are spending a lot of time how their creative muscle or their mind muscle works. So I really, really encourage people to think about that and rethink how they associate time.
Every word you speak creates, every dream you have creates, everything you do with other people creates. So, we're not powerless people, really. We're all powerful co-creators with this larger web of life.
So we're innately creative, and yet as we get kind of indoctrinated or domesticated into humanity, that creativity gets boxed.
So it's taking this idea seed and turning it into, and really the cool thing is that you can take any idea and turn it into, a number of different stories. So it's not like you just have one idea and one story and that's it. And if you gave the same idea to 15 writers, you'd end up with 15 different stories.
In my past, I used to have big issues about not being good enough and just feeling like I was never quite, like I had this big performance thing, like I had to perform to achieve, and it was really so damaging. And
that's the first step, is to go, oh, that is me. I am a perfectionist, and go back to acceptance. Accept, because we cannot change being a perfectionist. We can. It's a voice. It's there. It's ingrained in us. If it came from our childhood, it's in our fabric. Yeah. So to instead accept it, have compassion for it, but then to sneak away from it and go, I'm going to lower my expectations a little bit. I'm going to purposely do something crappy.
You just get back on beat and laugh it off.
I was not only feeling better, I was feeling like, yay, I love the world, everything. So you can have such a dramatic shift just by going out and getting sunlight and some exercise and movement. So that's another thing that also then stimulates creativity, because if you're feeling so run down and you think, I have all this stuff to do, I cannot stop, and do something that is good for me and that nourishes me.
But if you don't have that feeling of flow, then you can get stuck and almost frozen in a place where you don't want to be.
What am I actually feeling? Like, what am I feeling, sensing, thinking right now, so that I can come as much as I can into my, I say, head, heart, and hara, or belly. Like, get all of me available for the experience of my creative expression.
And it's just a very beautiful thing and a surprisingly powerful thing. I really used to think ritual was nonsense, and just that I didn't need it. I could just do things in my head and that was enough. And then when I started playing with ritual, I was like, wow, this is actually powerful.
Because I would start to see the world differently. I would get new perspectives. And this is a good way to be more creative.
We need to take small steps, little steps. So I ask people, what is one small step you could do today to move toward being creative?